Have you ever heard of a billionaire so evil and controversial that he pulled the biggest UNO reverse in financial history? Meet Michael Robert Milken, the infamous junk bond king, who redefined Wall Street, faced criminal charges, and remarkably secured a presidential pardon. This is not just a story of financial innovation, but a tale of greed, power, and redemption. Michael Milken was born on July 4, 1946, in Encino, California, to a middle-class Jewish family. His upbringing was relatively ordinary, marked by an education at Birmingham High School, where he served as the head cheerleader. Growing up in post-war California, a state experiencing significant economic growth shaped Milken's ambitions. Despite a comfortable life provided by his accountant father, young Milken was driven to excel, reflecting the intense socio-economic changes of his time. Milken's academic prowess led him to the University of California, Berkeley, and later to the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned an MBA. His career began at Drexel Burnham Lambert in 1969. Milken saw potential in high-yield bonds, or junk bonds, which were largely ignored by the financial community due to their risk. He realized these bonds could provide significant returns and democratize access to capital, particularly for smaller companies. During the 1980s, Milken turned Drexel Burnham Lambert into a juggernaut of the junk bond market, fueling the growth of numerous companies. His aggressive strategies and ability to recognize potential where others saw risk redefined corporate finance. However, his meteoric rise was built on a foundation of speculative investments and questionable ethics. Milken's high-stakes game inevitably attracted scrutiny. In 1989, he was indicted on 98 counts of racketeering and securities fraud. Despite pleading guilty to lesser charges, including securities and reporting violations, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison, later reduced to 2 years for good behavior, and fined $600 million. His aggressive and often unethical methods had finally caught up with him, leading to his expulsion from the securities industry. Upon his release, Milken attempted to rehabilitate his image through philanthropy. He established the Milken Institute and the Milken Family Foundation, focusing on economic policy, medical research, and education. Despite these efforts, his past continued to overshadow his contributions. In a controversial move, President Donald Trump granted Milken a full pardon in 2020, citing his philanthropic work and the passage of time. This pardon was viewed by many as a powerful symbol of how wealth and influence can reshape narratives, turning a convicted felon into a celebrated philanthropist.
Mike Milken, who's gone around and done an incredible job for the world.
Milken's life and career have left an indelible mark on popular culture, including a reference in The Simpsons, showcasing his enduring notoriety and the complex legacy of his actions. The high-yield bond market that Milken pioneered has had lasting effects on the financial landscape. By providing capital to emerging companies and those deemed risky by traditional standards, Milken enabled a wave of innovation and growth. This democratization of finance allowed smaller firms to compete and thrive, contributing to the economic dynamism of the late 20th century. However, this era of financial engineering also paved the way for corporate excesses and contributed to the leveraged buyout boom, which led to significant economic disruptions. Milken's methods, while innovative, highlighted the potential dangers of financial deregulation and the ethical pitfalls of pursuing profit at all costs. Michael Milken's story is a complex interplay of innovation, scandal, and redemption. His contributions to the financial world are undeniable, but so are the ethical breaches that led to his downfall. The presidential pardon added another layer to his multifaceted legacy, raising questions about justice, redemption, and the influence of wealth in shaping public perception. Milken's journey from the heights of Wall Street to a prison cell and back to societal acceptance illustrates the volatile nature of the financial industry and the thin line between genius and villainy. His legacy serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of prioritizing profit over principles and the enduring power of reinvention. Michael Milken's life story is not just one of financial innovation, but also a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and unethical behavior. From revolutionizing the high-yield bond market to facing criminal charges and receiving a presidential pardon, Milken's journey underscores the volatile nature of the financial world and the fine line between genius and villainy.